Bader Ginsburg, the only Supreme Court justice to achieve pop culture status, with multiple books written about her life, an Oscar-nominated documentary titled RBG, and a 2023 postage stamp in her honor. A world without RBG would be a world without equal pay for women, bank accounts for women, mortgages for women, women serving on juries, workplace protections for pregnant women, LGBTQ+ marriage rights, the right to choose. A world without RBG would not be the world we live in today.
I think what sticks out most is just that she was tenacious enough and really had enough grit to go against maybe the odds at that time, or to stay in a box in what may have been deemed appropriate for women of the time.
Nothing about what RBG did during her time was appropriate in the eyes of her male colleagues. She started law school at Harvard in 1956, where she was one of 9 women in a class of 500. She transferred to Columbia Law School, where she graduated first in her class. But her outstanding performance raised eyebrows among her classmates and professors, one who offered her sex in exchange for answers on a test. She was hired in 1963 at Rutgers Law School as one of only a few female law professors in the country. She wore baggy clothes to hide her second pregnancy until her contract was renewed. It worked, and she began her work fighting for gender equality, filing an Equal Pay Act complaint against Rutgers, along with her female colleagues, and they won.
I should be able to show up as our authentic selves, and part of that is what comes along with womanhood. And if you're married and you want to start a family, but the fear of just really being discriminated against, sometimes we have to be a voice to the voiceless.
In the 1970s, she argued 6 mostly gender-related cases before the Supreme Court and won 5.
I did see myself as kind of a kindergarten teacher in those days, because the judges didn't think sex discrimination existed. Well, one of the things I tried to plant in their minds was, think about how you would like the world to be for your daughters and granddaughters.
In 1993, President Bill Clinton nominated her to the Supreme Court. She became the second female justice and the first female Jewish justice ever on the court.
She is an inspiration to me because as many of us as women, Black women, diverse women, a lot of times when we show up, we are the only in the room.
Out of 115 justices that have served on the court, only 6 have been women. Ginsburg said, "I'm sometimes asked, when will there be enough women on the Supreme Court? And when I say, when there are 9, people are shocked. But there'd been 9 men, and nobody's ever raised a question about that." It's her tenacity and fierce commitment to changing the fabric of our society that rightfully earned her the iconic status as Notorious RBG. Notorious!